following the incident between Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Literally everyone has been talking about Wallace's actions on track, and then later his confrontation with the Hendrick Motorsport driver. Recently, Nascar driver Parker Kligerman decided to dissect what happened between the two by studying the data taken from Wallace's car. So, in this video, we're going to discuss NASCAR revealed insane information about Bubba Wallace. This video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Bubba Wallace is not just a NASCAR driver. He's a celebrity, an activist, and most of all, a damn good driver. He's now in the 10th year of his career since his debut in 2012, and has since made a lot of fans with his exceptional driving skills. Quietly but surely, he finished in an impressive P7 at the Roval. The 23XI racing driver failed to qualify for the playoffs after the regular season, but ever since responsibility was put on his shoulder to fight for the owner's points in the number 45 instead of the number 23, he has improved. And Roval was just another step in his improvement as a race car driver on a bigger level this season, but one which came at the expense of his team. Speaking about his P7 result, Wallace was quite content with his result as well as his mistakes, and what could have been. P7 here at Roval, the car is somewhat in one piece. I made a mistake early on, that really set us back, and we're fighting hard for the owner's deal and took ourselves out of good points, he said. All in all, to come out of here with a top 10 is good. Should just keep on building on the road course experience. 4 to go. If there were a survey conducted on the most divisive drivers in NASCAR, Bubba Wallace would probably figure somewhere among the top 5 on the list. The 23XI racing driver has received a lot of flack for both his on-field behavior as well as his off-field actions. In an interview with Google's Global Director of Inclusion, Cherise Torres, in 2020, Bubba said, "And also a lot of it, his motivation to speak up against social issues, was pressure from fans. People knew that I was an African American driver in a predominantly white sport. I got a lot of tweets. What does Bubba Wallace think? Is he going to say anything? This will be huge for Bubba Wallace to step up and be a leader in this. And I've gotten those tweets when other tragic events have happened and years passed. It's such a tough way to navigate through sponsors and teams. You got to be careful. You say one wrong thing and your career could be over. It's crazy how this is, but that's just how it works. So, this point I was like, you know what? Sponsors can sit on the sidelines. Teams can sit on the sidelines. I'm going to speak my mind here." And that was that. Fans of NASCAR are well aware of Bubba Wallace's struggle with the Confederate flag. Of course, there's a big reason he became a household name in not just the NASCAR world, but also outside of the sport. Wallace emerged as a winner in his fight against the flag, because NASCAR heard his concerns and banned the flag. Obviously, fans weren't happy about it, because the flag has been a part of the sport ever since its conception. But American sports analyst Shannon Sharp gave the harsh reality of the flag in the 2020 episode of the Skip and Shannon Undisputed podcast. The analyst gave a harsh reality about the flag as he talked about the fans of the sport who denied that the flag had anything to do with racism. If you look at the supremacist, you look at whatever, Skip, referring to the co-host Skip Bayless. Okay, alright, why is that flag so prominent? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if it's America. It doesn't matter if it's Germany. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter the nationality if you have a belief and you practice racism. You believe in racism. You believe that white are superior. Sharp then added by questioning the flag in conversation with his co-host. Why do they always carry that flag, if that's not what it represents? And Bayless added, what is effectively the caption always underneath that Confederate flag? The South shall rise again. Of course, it brings a lot of question marks on the intention of the Confederate flag. Fortunately, or unfortunately, the flag is now out of the equation in the sport. Despite the flack NASCAR got from fans, Steve Phelps remained firm on his decision to ban the flag. In the year's second half, Wallace and 23XI Racing took significant strides in becoming more consistent contenders. Everyone, from the driver on down, executed better and started getting the results they deserved. So Wallace graded his team an A or an A- for the second half of 2022, and the anticipation for 2023 comes from the chance to keep building upon that momentum. Never before has Wallace been as optimistic as he is about the season ahead. 100%, he said. Just having conversations about how we are so much better as a team and as a manufacturer from Phoenix Race 1 to Phoenix Race 2. It just makes you think about how much better you'll be starting the year off. It took us all a year to figure out this car. We're still figuring it out day by day. The numbers back up Wallace's words about the two sides of his season. His team failed to finish 5 times in the first half of the year in 18 races and had 2 top 10 finishes. Wallace led 31 laps in that stretch. Bubba has been at the heart of the progress NASCAR has made in terms of racial equality and inclusivity. As he mentions, it isn't always easy to speak up given the amounts of variables involved. But his teaming up with Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin for sure must have given him a little more support than what he earlier had. Bubba had been a part of NASCAR for a long while before he started speaking up about racial issues. But he never spoke up prior to 2020. He was asked about it in the interview. Cherise asked him, "In an interview, your mum said that she was a bit shocked or surprised that you started speaking out on the race. What was the moment that changed this for you?" Yeah, I think the Ahmed Arbery video. I can still vision everything that goes on in the video to this moment, and that really sparked something. Didn't really know what it was until maybe the George Floyd incident that we'd seen, and the power of social media and camera phones is unreal. So you can't get away from anything. As much as you didn't want to see that, it's just on repeat. And those incidents were kind of the final straw that broke the camel's back. In the year's second half, Wallace won at Kansas Speedway and earned 8 top 10 finishes and 93 laps led. He had only 2 DNFs. There was also the harsh reality of watching someone else drive his race car after being suspended 1 race after his actions in Las Vegas with Kyle Larson. And that's not to gloss over NASCAR's new car, which will continue to evolve, as Wallace admitted he was having expletive moments during the season, realizing what he needed to do. Wallace said one of the keys was having some advice he got from Kurt Busch. "Kurt told me this when I jumped him at Darlington last year," Wallace said. He said, "Hey man, you get reset every time a caution comes out or a stage comes out. You have to understand what that is and use that." Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video.